the Prometheus legend. The Greek mythology tells us of Prometheus, and here we're going to talk about Earth's foundations, deluges, technological gifts, and humanity's renewal. Prometheus, a name meaning forethought or thinking before, stands as one of the most iconic figures in ancient Greek mythology. Revered as Titan, a protector of humanity, and a cunning trickster, Prometheus defied the divine order to bring enlightenment to humankind. His story weaves together the themes of rebellion, sacrifice, and ingenuity, making him a symbol of resilience and intellectual prowess. This expanded exploration delves into his origins, family, deeds, and the broader cultural connections that enrich his narrative, while also examining related mythological and historical contexts. Origins and family of Prometheus. In Greek mythology, Prometheus is a Titan, a member of the primordial race of deities, born before the Olympian gods. His parentage varies across sources, reflecting the fluidity of ancient mythical traditions. Most commonly, he is identified as the son of a Titan Iapetus and the Oceanid Clymene. However, alternative accounts exist. Apollodorus named Asia, another Oceanid, as his mother. Aeschylus suggests Themis Gaia, a fusion of justice and earth, and Euphorion claims he was born to Hera and the Titan Evrymedon. This multiplicity underscores Prometheus's complex identity within the Greek pantheon of the gods. Prometheus was one of four brothers: Atlas, Menetius, Epimetheus, and himself, which, with distinct roles in mythology, Atlas bore the heavens on his shoulders, Menetius was cast into Tartarus for his belligerence, and Epimetheus, whose name means afterthought, played a pivotal role in the creation of animals. Prometheus married Hesione, sometimes identified as an Oceanid, and together they had Deucalion, the man of good omen, and others call him Noah. A key figure in the Greek flood myth, some sources like Ister also named Io, the wandering priestess, as his daughter. The etymology of Prometheus's name contrasts sharply with Epimetheus's. Prometheus derives from the Greek pro, that means before, and manthano, meaning to learn, signifying foresight and prudence. Intriguingly, some scholars propose a linguistic link to the Sanskrit word pramantha, meaning a fire-making stick, hinting at a possible Indo-European origin for his association with fire, a connection that aligns with his most famous exploit. Prometheus in Greek mythology, the champion of humanity. Prometheus's defining act was his theft of fire from the gods, an act of defiance against Zeus that cemented his status as humanity's guardian. According to Hesiod's works and Days and Theogony, about 1200 BC, Prometheus and Epimetheus were tasked by Zeus with distributing abilities to the creatures of the earth. Epimetheus, lacking foresight, exhausted the divine gifts on animals, claws, wings, fur, leaving humans defenseless. To remedy this, Prometheus ascended to Olympus, stole fire from the Ephesus forge, or in some versions from the sun itself, and gifted it to mortals, hiding the spark in a hollow reed, a narthex. He then taught humanity to preserve fire by converting it with ashes, covering it with ashes, effectively introducing the technology of fire making. This act enraged Zeus, who saw fire as a divine prerogative. As punishment, Zeus ordered Ephesus to chain Prometheus to a rock in the Caucasus Mountains, sometimes located in Kochlis or Scythia, and there an eagle perpetually devoured his liver every day, which regenerated each night due to his immortality. This torment, described vividly by Aeschylus' Prometheus Bound, lasted centuries, or according to some sources up to 30,000 years, until Hercules liberated him by slaying the eagle with an arrow. This liberation, occurring roughly 260 years after Eo's time, based on generational estimates, is traditionally dated to just before the Trojan War, about 1194 to 1184 BC, per Eratosthenes. Zeus also punished humanity by sending Pandora, the first woman, crafted by Hephaestus and endowed with gifts from the gods. Her infamous jar, often mistranslated as a box, unleashed evils upon the earth, though hope remained trapped within. In some versions, Athena, goddess Athena, aided Prometheus in stealing the fire, highlighting her role as a deity of wisdom sympathetic to human progress. The creation of humanity. Prometheus's role extended beyond fire to the very creation of humankind, a myth that emerges in later Greek tradition about 4th century BC. According to Hesiod, Prometheus sculpted humans from clay, mixed earth with water, and the goddess Athena breathed life into them. Roman poet Prometheus elaborates that Prometheus shaped humans to gaze upward at the heavens, distinguishing them from animals and aligning them with the divine. This act of creation reflects Prometheus's foresight and his desire to elevate humanity above mere survival. In an alternate tale, Prometheus and Epimetheus were assigned to endow creatures with traits after the gods had already formed them. Epimetheus's oversight left humans vulnerable, prompting Prometheus's theft of fire as a compensatory gift. These myths underscore his dual role as creator and benefactor, a figure who bridges the mortal and divine realms. Iapetus and the Titan connection. Prometheus's father, Iapetus, is another significant figure in Greek mythology. Born to Uranus, which means sky, and Gaia, earth, Iapetus married the Oceanid Clymene, or Asia, per Apollodorus, and fathered Atlas, Menetius, Prometheus, and Epimetheus. His name, meaning piercing, may reflect his role in the Titanomachy, the war between Titans and Olympians. Iapetus fought alongside Kronos, which we call Saturn, against Zeus, Jupiter, but was ultimately defeated and cast into Tartarus. As the progenitor of Prometheus's lineage, Iapetus is often seen as an ancestor of humanity in Greek tradition, linking the Titan family to mortal origins. Japheth and the biblical parallels. Japheth, Iapetus. The name Iapetus bears a striking resemblance to Japheth, one of Noah's 3 sons. In the biblical narrative, Genesis, Japheth, alongside Shem and Ham, survived the Great Flood and became an ancestor of humanity. Medieval European tradition cast Japheth as the progenitor of the Caucasians, particularly Europeans. His son Javan, or Yunnan, is linked to the Ionians, the Greek tribe, while other descendants like Elisha, the Aeolians, Tarshish, Sicilians, Kittim, meaning Cypriots, and Dodanim, Rhodians, are tied to Mediterranean peoples. Saint Isidore of Seville reinforced this connection, suggesting a shared cultural memory between Greek and biblical genealogies. The Greeks and the origins. The Greeks, or Hellenes, trace their name to Hellene, a mythological progenitor and son of Deucalion, Prometheus' son, Noah. Alternatively, some link their ethnonym to Elisha, a descendant of Japheth, emerging in southeastern Europe during the first millennium BC. And the Greeks established a rich cultural legacy with modern populations central to Greece and Cyprus. Their self-designated Hellenes originally referred to the Thessalian tribe and a region called Hellas, which later expanded to encompass their entire civilization. The Greek lineage, Hellenic, and Christian Orthodoxy, meaning the right belief, remain pillars of their identity. The Hittite mythology and cultural connection. Remember Uriah, one of King David's officers, was a Hittite, Bathsheba's first husband. Now, beyond Greece echoes the Prometheus story resonating in Hittite mythology, preserved in the archives of Hattusa, modern Turkey. The Hittite pantheon, dominated by the storm god Tarhunt and the sun god Istanus, reflects a worldview where weather and celestial forces shaped human fate. Tarhunt, ruler of thunder, lightning, and rain, held sway over harvests and droughts, paralleling Zeus's authority in Greek mythology. And these parallels suggest a shared Indo-European heritage, with fire and sky gods central to both traditions. The discovery of the Sintashta culture in southern Urals about 2000 BC further bridges these worlds. Excavations at Archaim revealed clay liver models used for divination, a practice also prominent among the Hittites, Etruscans, and later the Romans. This haruspice, divining from the future from animal entrails, links disparate cultures from the Andronovo peoples to the Trojans and Etruscans, hinting at a vast network of mythological exchange. Prometheus's legacy and modern resonance. Prometheus's liberation by Hercules marks a reconciliation with Zeus, symbolized by the rings humans wear, iron and stone fused to commemorate his bondage. His aid to Hercules in finding the Hesperides golden apples further cements his role as a guide and benefactor. In modern times, his myth inspires innovation as seen in technologies like clean hydrogen producers, solar-powered hydrogen extraction, which echoes his gift of fire by harnessing elemental forces for human benefit. From ancient statues in Sochi and Vienna to his enduring presence in literature and philosophy, Prometheus remains a timeless emblem of defiance, creativity, and the eternal quest for knowledge. This is on Solask. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.